Hey guys, I'm just setting up. Give me 1 second so I can just set everything up. Gotta let the people know, otherwise who's gonna join, you know? So, just like, oh, hold on, you might hear me for a second. We're gonna start in a few moments, guys. Just give me 1 second. I'm just making a bit of a post to let people know that we're live. But welcome to the stream so far. Hope you guys are all doing well. Okay, so yesterday we pretty much did the entire exterior of Kris home, which is crazy. We literally did that in under like 2.5 hours, which is pretty good, like for a huge mansion like that. If the music is too loud, let me know. But yeah, I'm really happy with the end result of the exterior so far. I know you guys can't see it yet, but I'm gonna switch it in a moment. Just give me 1 second, because actually wait, I could just switch it now because I'm not really doing anything on my computer. I'm just like trying to make notifications so people can join the live. But yeah, so just give me 1 second. Okay, let's get into the renovation, or the construction I should say. 1 second. Okay. Wait, you guys can't see the reference image for some reason. Oh, that is my TikTok page. 1 second. Still showing the TikTok page. I don't understand why. But no, I don't think you guys need a reference image anyway, because we already did the exterior and I don't need to showcase that. So I don't need to bother with that. But especially since there's no really like interior image anyway, so yeah, we're just gonna move on into creating the build real quick. Hold on, let me actually close my TikTok page because I don't need that right now. But yeah, I did actually post something on TikTok recently, so if you guys want, you guys can check it out. I also posted a main video on the channel as well, so if you guys like what it looks like on the thumbnail, I highly recommend you guys to check it out. It was a pretty fun build. We also built that on stream as well, which was super fun. Let me mute this. Well, not mute, but hello, can you guys hear me? Hello? You can't hear me. Hello? Can you guys hear me? No,
These are things I wish I
no, you can, you can. Okay, bit of a rocky start, but it's fine. Okay, great. Okay, cool. Sorry, let me just get straight into the video now then. Let me just close this PureRef thing because I use PureRef so that I can show you guys the thing, but... Oh, MT Carson, hey, welcome to the stream. I'm glad to see you back again. And thank you for letting me know on Twitch as well. Okay, let's get in. Okay, so here's what we did yesterday. I think it's pretty good. I mean, we had a few questionable moments with the roof, with like the texture and stuff, but I think it looks pretty decent. Like, yeah, I know, right? Imagine having a home this big. Like, it's insane how like celebrities can literally just be like, yeah, I'm gonna just dump like 50 million on a house like this and just call it a day. Like, what do you mean, bro? Like 50 million? Are you crazy? 50 million on a home is insane. But like, I know, like, it's their money, whatever, but it's still crazy to me. Like, I can't believe it. It's so cool. But just imagine the amount of like unique rooms that they probably have as well. It's probably crazy. Like, your own movie theater room. Like, sure, you can have that in like a smaller home. You don't need a 50 million home for that, but like, you just know they got that high quality stuff all everywhere. It's crazy. What intrigues me most is like how Kylie Jenner's new home. Yeah, exactly. Imagine having to clean that, but I'm sure they're that's like the last thing that they're concerned about. They can just hire like 50 people to work on it on one day, you know. Like, I know I exaggerated, but like, they got the money to do that, so they're fine. It's us peasants that we need to worry about, like, how we're gonna get a mansion that big. I mean, I feel like a lot of people, even when they see homes like that big, they are always like, oh, like, there's no need for that. Like, like, I'm just like, bro, you do. Like, you need that extra space. I don't know what you're gonna do with that extra space, but I don't know, just a big home is just so different to like a regular home. I don't know, it's hard to explain. Okay, I'm just clearing the edges a little bit because I don't want it to look super harsh. But yeah, if I had a home this big, you know what, I don't know if I would want cleaners to be in my home, to be fair. Like, I would want to do everything myself, or like just people who I know to do it. Does that make sense? Like, and plus I feel like I wouldn't be that messy to the point where I would have the mansion be dirty. Obviously there would be like dust and whatever, so you would need to like naturally like clean those things. But besides that, I feel like I'm a relatively clean person. Don't think I would like get it dirty. I'm talking like I have a mansion, but we only could wish. Imagine having one of these homes, like you just create one in The Sims and then boom, you have it. Okay, and this was the backyard that we have. I think it's pretty cool. I like the backyard. It looks pretty neat. Hold on, wait. Give me 1 second. Okay. But yeah, what do you guys think about this exterior? Do you guys like it? I think it's pretty cool, like considering it is like a fully jet black looking exterior. Like I really love the brick texture as well. I'm happy that we changed it to that. Ooh, are we doubling? Yep, we are. Okay, I need to thingy get rid of that. I had Twitch open on my thing, my browser. 1 second. There we go. Now we're back. Okay, we're fine with the... Yeah, man, I love a backyard like this. And to be fair, it looks like this in the real life home as well. And I wanted to ask you guys, do you guys think we should keep... Yeah, I know, it feels so different to what Kris Jenner would probably get in like my eyes. I don't know, I just remember like the interior being like super fancy from like years ago when I was like 9 or 8 and it was like open on TV and she just had these like 2 huge like staircases leading up to the 2nd floor. It was insane. I don't know if we're going to be able to fit something like that in this build. I mean, it's a big build, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely not the scale that you would probably expect in real life. And we did actually keep to the 50 by 40 lot because I don't think it's that necessary to just move to the 6.4 by 6.4 just to add like a few more tiles on this end. But I think it fits very nice and snug like on this little lot. Oh, actually I need to fix this little wall because technically this is like a little room here and this is like its own little thing. I think we finished up with the windows. I think we're fine with the windows, so let's just move on into adding some of like the actual furniture. Or should we move on into adding some of the foliage, because I feel like we use up so much space, there's not enough space for the foliage. But since this is like obviously the Sims, I know she doesn't have like a huge gate at the front of her home because she has something else there, but we're gonna add a gate and like a fence and whatever to this home solely because it is the Sims and I know people would probably expect it. And I'm already like eyeing the one from the royalty expansion pack. I like this one in particular a lot. I just don't know if I want it to go all the way, because I also want to use a few debug walls as well along where we have a few of these hedges. And you know what, this looks a bit weird as well. Like I don't like how... Do we have an open gate? I don't know if we have something like that. Let me just check real quick. See, I want something like this, but like open, you know, so it just feels a little bit more like, I don't know, it just feels a bit more open. I keep using that word, but like, I don't know if it makes sense. Like, I'm just like trying to find something that would make this little area feel a little bit more exposed. I guess we could just do this, but at the same time, it kind of just like leaves these little gaps here and there. And I was thinking maybe we could, I know it's like we don't really have to like worry about security in the game, so like we could potentially leave a little gap like this. I might go back on this fence idea because I'm not sure if I still want to incorporate it, but I was thinking about like a nice little like fancy hedge or something like that in the middle of them. It could be a pretty cool idea. Yeah, exactly. And in The Sims, we ain't trying to keep anyone out. You're all welcome, you know? So, got to think about that. I like the hedges, or wait, the tree that came in. It was debug for royalties. Let me just go to it real quick. Let me just filter. See, the thing is, my better build by mod is not updated, I think, so it doesn't filter for the like newest pack, which is quite annoying. Maybe what if I do all, search all? Maybe it might showcase it this way. I used it in one of my other builds and it was such a pain to find it, but I feel like it definitely would work for this build in particular. Where is it? There we go. These are so good. These ones in particular, they're clearly debug. It writes it there, but it's just not filtered correctly because I'm using a mod. But I really love these ones in particular. I feel like they could look pretty cool in the middle of them. What do you guys think? They don't clip a lot either, so it kind of just like works perfectly. If you guys think it doesn't look that great, then I'll change it. But I think it's pretty cool. Like, I know it might look weird, but it's kind of like a new, unique look to the build. Oh, thank you, Toya. I appreciate it. Also, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I think it looks pretty cool, so we'll go for it, and if we don't like it, we'll just end up changing it. And also, I love this this really tall hedge piece. It's basically the get together hedges stacked all up into like one thing, so it's not really like a new asset that the Sims made technically, but I still really love using it in certain areas. It's just like, it's really neat, like it looks cool. It actually would work so much better in this little location because I'm trying to make it feel a little bit more privatized. So, you know, let's get rid of these and we can add some like nice little details in the middle. Yeah. See, I can't clone these because my mod is not updated. I think I need to download a new version of it, which is really annoying. But to combat that, we just use the tool mod and just like shift and alt click everywhere, and it just like copies it, and it also copies it on the same size that you selected, which is super useful. It's like I'm doing an ad for the mod, but it's so useful. If you guys do play on PC, I highly recommend you guys to get the tool mod. It's definitely very helpful. But yeah, something like that, like just creates a bit of privacy. And if I was able to showcase the build once again, I had a few issues showcasing it on the stream, but in the real life home as well, we have something like this, so I just want to replicate it. Yeah, okay, I'm glad to hear that. Since you're a fan of the show, maybe you could give us a few tips here and there, how we can make the build feel a little bit more Kardashian-like. Can you go there, please? Thank you. Sorry, I'm doing a bit of the boring work. This is pretty much like the stuff that I cut out from like the speed builds, and then some people just be like, wait, you didn't leave everything in. I'm just like, bro, I can't show every single little moment, you know. Try to show it as much as possible where I can. I think because it's next to the foundation, it's going to be very annoying. Maybe wait if we lower it real quick. Oh, it's not a platform, it's a foundation. My bad. 100%. His mods are just some of the best in the entire game, in my opinion. They're super helpful. Like, they're just like quality of life sort of mods rather than just like actual like playability, which is really good. Obviously, he has those as well, but honestly, if I had that many mods, I don't know how I would keep up with them and with like updating them and stuff like that. With the amount of updates the Sims gets, is crazy. Like, it's not an easy job, so kudos to him, seriously. But yeah, we will be moving on into the interior on this live stream. That is kind of like my goal. We're not going to be sticking on like just doing hedge pieces and just like calling it a day, you know. I want you guys to also see a bit of that once we move in. And a lot of people hate how like I always use like plain white only in my builds, but it is kind of just like a nice aesthetic, and we're not going to go for plain white for this build at all. I feel like if I remember anything from Kris Jenner's home, I just remember those two double staircases. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but she had like this like checkered flooring near the entrance, and it just looked super fancy. It was quite like black and white actually. Like, that's what I remember from it. Is that cool? Or is it just like random? Wait, let me see if I can push this back up real quick. There we go. Okay, so that was like a nice little tip, so it doesn't like affect the terrain and stuff. Okay, now I have a few of these extra ones here, but I'm just gonna get rid of them. Let's just do this exact same design over here. I'm not really keeping a specific number. These aren't all the same sizes, but it's fine. And here we could just like do something like this, and it doesn't need to connect. It's not that deep. And then let's use a tool mod again. Tool mod is super helpful when it comes to like decorating these like landscape bits as well. I always tell people like literally just use this space to just add some functional objects to it, but just keep in mind, if you do add anything here and then upload it to the gallery, anything outside of the white line, it won't be added into the gallery. That's why I don't bother with adding it for like my builds in particular. I only add like foliage just to make it look nice. But yeah, it's just like a nice little tip if you guys want to add some extra playability. See, the thing is, if I go for a black and white design for this home, people are gonna kill me in the comments. They're gonna be like, oh, it's so plain or simple, whatever. But I mean, that's just me and Chris's style, you know? What can we say? Okay, I'm gonna do the exact same thing over here as well. I think it's gonna look pretty cool. That's not bad. I like the openness of it. That's what I'm trying to go for. So that's why I didn't want to use a gate. And should we use, you know what, since we use those hedge pieces everywhere, we might as well use it over here as well. Let's just create 3 of these, and we're going to move on from the hedge pieces in a minute. Just give me 1 second, guys. I think we went for the tallest wall height. No, medium. What about these? These are also medium. Okay, both wall heights are medium. It's funny how I forgot what I just did literally yesterday. But there was a lot going on yesterday, so got quite busy. But yeah, I hope you guys are all having a great Friday so far. I don't know what we're gonna do for this exterior, like this backyard. It looks quite huge. I do know I want to incorporate like a little playground area here. I think it'll be very nice. We're obviously gonna have some sun lounges here, and there's gonna be some extra seating areas over here, because there is real life seating over here as well. Really? Okay, that's great. I don't know where you found the interior for like her new home. There's probably interiors of like her old home, but I will probably have to check out for this home in particular, because I don't remember seeing any. I think I was like too busy focusing on like the exterior yesterday, so didn't get the chance to look at it. So for these, you see this hedge that we have around the exterior, like towards the backside. Do you guys want me to add some walls around it or not? Like, do you guys mind it? Do you guys not? Personally, I don't mind. We can even go for this one, to be fair. Like, just do something like this all the way around. It doesn't have to be this one in particular, but just like something to think about. You can even do half walls and just make them all completely white. Something like this. Or we could just leave it as it is. Don't have to do anything. But I would love to know what you guys think, so that I could just like work off of that. I was also thinking we can also create like a wall on this side as well, but I don't know if it's going to be too much. See, if it was just like me building off camera, I would probably just like make a decision. But since you guys are here, I was just like ask you guys as well, see what you guys think. Just makes it look a little bit more sleek, you know? No wall. Okay. Clean approach. I like it. You know what? Less hassle for me. I ain't complaining. This part looks a little bit empty, you know, when it comes to like the windows. And we'll think about that when we move on to the interior. Should we add some flowers here? Gonna keep it plain white and simple, or do you want to add a bit of foliage? I feel like we definitely would be using a lot of these. How's the wall looking? Let's check that. So like this. I'm assuming you're either talking about this one or this one. This one's pretty much in line, so I'm guessing it's this one. This one's not bad, to be fair. Like, if I hold on, let me do something like this, and then let me also paint it as well, just so you guys get an idea of what I'll probably do. And I don't think we'll use black for that. Instead, we'll just use like a plain white, like plaster type of design, like this one. Keeping it nice and plain. We could do that. What do you guys think? The family loves roses. Okay, say less. We got all the roses in the world. Let me just pick a few out then. Let's see. I do want to use those like aloe vera plants as well. And I feel like we can also take advantage of using this one as well. I really like this one in particular. It's probably one of my favorite pieces that Sims has ever created, to be honest. It just works very nicely. Now, roses. You know what? I really like using this one in particular. Hold on, where is it? Not this one, but it's still... That's not a rose. It's kind of like a poppy, but it's red. Hold on. Wait, where's that plant? I think it was in here. There we go, this one. I know this is not a rose, don't get me wrong, but... You know, just like getting that vibe across. Do we have like proper roses in The Sims? I feel like we don't. Unless I just never use them. There's this, but like these aren't roses. These are just typical flowers, innit? This is pretty cool, but obviously we're not going to be able to use that. Use a few of these. Still going to take this out just in case though, because I like using that in general. I honestly do wish we had some more landscaping options, to be fair. Don't really have a lot. I feel like they would have like specific looking stuff like this, like really random stuff. Yeah, I feel like I'll go for like the generic colors, like just like a plain green, some whites here and there. I feel like we could also take advantage of this like plain grass texture as well. There's a aloe vera looking plant somewhere. Hold on, let me find it real quick. There's one that looks very nice and vibrant. You can also use a bit of this. You know what, this green grass looks way better than this one, so let's get rid of that. Snow escape wins for that one. But yeah, pretty much just like cherry pick all of my foliage pieces before actually doing the actual like landscaping. I feel like it just makes it easier. There we go, this one from Horse Ranch. This one's really nice. I feel like I've seen this in other packs as well. Like, see, like we have some from the Love Struck expansion pack. Let's see. We also got this and a few of these. I think this will look very nice next to like the front area of the home. But yeah, I want to keep away from stuff that make the home look trashy, you know? Like it's like overgrown. I want it to look well taken care of and manicured. I think this is a nice little palette. What do you guys think? We can also use this one. That's in a very nice vase. These are very nice as well. I like these. We can also take advantage of this. I don't really use these a lot, to be fair, but they look nice. What the hell is this? What the hell? Whoa. See, if this came in like a proper green color, I would have used it, but it's kind of like a neon-y, weirdish green, so I'm gonna steer away from that. But you know, I'm gonna stick with this for now, and then we'll just like, if we like anything else, we'll just change it up. I don't want to use these too much, just like sparingly around the build. Maybe we can have these like at the front. And then we can have a bit of color and stuff towards the back. So let me just move these over here. Can we also do stuff like this? Because I think it looks so over the top, and I feel like that's what they would have. We're going to use a lot of white plants as well, just trying to get a bit of color into this build as well, because I know it's just going to make it feel a little bit more vibrant. We're gonna have those annoying foundational issues again. It's really annoying. I think I'm gonna actually lower it temporarily because it's quite hard to deal with. There we go. I also don't want to cover up the windows too much, to be fair. I don't know why I actually placed so much there. We can... Hold on. Trying to think about how it would look nice. Obviously, we're not going to keep it like this, but... See, I feel like if I do this, everything looks super aligned and like perfect, which I don't really want, but at the same time I kind of do. Yeah, I agree. What's up? The aloe is so nice. I really love using it so much. I saw that chat late. I don't know when you sent it, so I do apologize. I just literally just looked over it. I think adding these where we have a few of these like compartments makes it look a little bit more interesting, makes it stand out a little bit. And obviously the terrain tools are like pretty much what's make or break with foliage, to be fair. Let me just add a bit of that here and there. I don't want to spend too much time doing the foliage because I tend to do that anyway with my like speed builds. I kind of just like do like a base sort of like design, and then I go back to it all the time if I like notice a few spots that feel or look missing. But I just want to do a bit with you guys just so it feels a little bit more complete. Actually, wait. Let me use this somewhere else. We have a few of those other lavender ones, but I don't know where they are right now. Where the hell is it? Also, should we switch out for these ones? I don't mind. I feel like I like both of these, to be fair, like next to the entrance of the build. You know what? We might go for the black because it contrasts nicely and it's kind of just like matching. Let me just change these up real quick. And we can also play around with a few fountains here and there as well. I know it doesn't really exist in the real home, so it's kind of just like kind of breaks the illusion of it being realistic, but you guys can let me know what you guys think about that. Like just small stuff like this here and there, nothing too fancy or special. And then we can just feature little fountains within them, like something like this. I think that looks pretty cool. Or is it like unnecessary? Like, should we not do that? Or do we cover up this entire area with like a lot of foliage? Like, there's so many different options that we could go for, to be fair. But I'm at the same time still trying to go for that more like clean approach. And one of my favorite things to do as well is just adding this pebbles in like this brightest color right beneath where we have the build itself, because right now it looks so harsh, like from like straight black to all the way to green, and that's not really that realistic in real life. So I just go all the way around it with a few of this. And I won't be doing this the entire stream. I just want to showcase it to you guys because it is like a nice little tip that is very helpful in like brightening your home. So it just makes it look so much more realistic from far away, in my opinion at least. We're just going to add a few of this around build. And I added these two marble sort of like pedestal type of things over here because I was thinking of incorporating these like circular fountains in the middle of them, but I don't know if it's gonna like make sense, you know. Also, I wanted to move this, completely forgot. This is what we'll probably use in the interior, I can't even lie. This is like perfect. Oh, camera went crazy there. This looks perfect, to be fair, for like the interior of the build. Definitely will match the real life home. These are actually pretty cool for like the patio areas and stuff. We're just going to add a few of these foliage pieces here, and then I'm not going to spend too much time on them because I want to get into the interior. Or at least doing the, oh no, another nightmare. We're going to have to do the floor plan of the home. So that is also another thing that takes quite a bit of time. And I tend to skip it in my videos because I just feel like people aren't interested in seeing me do trial and error for 50 minutes. And then I don't even know what to even talk in those little stages. Like, what would I even say when I'm like failing to create a floor plan that is going to be efficient? So yeah, it's just difficult. But since you guys are here, we could like do a lot of trial and error and stuff. I mean, I guess that's kind of like what the stream is for as well. Just showcasing the process as I go. But yeah, once again, just doing these really super gentle pebble movements like around the edges of the lot and like the pathways and walkways and stuff. Definitely elevates the build so much more, and is also another reason why it takes 50 years for me to create one build, because I just like focus on these tiny little details that nobody cares about, but I feel like it definitely does accentuate the build so much more. But yeah, from far away it just makes it look so much nicer. And I also really like doing like a perimeter sort of outline where I have some dirt pieces and stuff like that. Just helps with adding a bit of extra detail here and there. But yeah, the front of the home is basically where we have all of that foliage going on, so just making sure that just covering it up. You know what could also be really cool? If we housed hedges right behind this gate. I think it would have looked so much better, because right now it looks super revealing into the home, which I feel like is not even realistic. Real homes definitely don't just have, especially like really fancy ones like this. So I'm thinking maybe we can try to use a few of these hedge pieces and place them in between like that. Like, what do you guys think? I think that adds like an extra level of privacy that I'm kind of looking for this build. It's pretty cool. Like, I like the idea of it being like extra layered on and stuff. I really like the idea of that. And I don't have to really worry about doing that for the exterior, I mean for the backyard, because it's kind of just like closed off anyway. I think that looks so much better than just like having it really exposed like this. But you guys can let me know what you guys think. And I'm not gonna copy it all the way over. Just gonna try to place it in between. But yeah, the less objects, the better, to be honest, especially when it comes to like performance and stuff. Thank you, I'm glad to hear that. Let's do these. And what do you guys think about this fountain area? Should we keep it? Should we not? We can instead just like replace it with a bunch of foliage over here. I think it would be pretty cool to like align plants where we have this hedge piece, like this L shape that we have over here. You guys can let me know what you guys think about that. Wait, I'm actually going to move these a bit more in so it just fits a bit more flush, you know, so there's less space in between. There we go. And let's just do still area as well. And instead of using these cypress trees, we're going to use some other ones that look a little bit more fancy. If you guys have seen my recent billionaire mansion that I uploaded, I believe it was like a week ago, 2 weeks ago now, I used some really huge trees on that lot, and I really love the overall design of it. I actually completely forgot where those trees came from, but we'll look for them in a second because they look so much better than these like very like outdated looking ones. And I don't think it's gonna fit over here if we make it this way. Yeah, kind of sucks. Kind of like bleeds into the wall, and that ain't gonna work either. So I think we're just gonna leave it at that. We can also just copy this over here. It's actually not that bad. Cool, to be fair. Like, it's not bad. I usually actually place these in a big pot that also came from the royalty pack, but I don't think we need to do that for this build, especially like when they're in between like this. So let me just get rid of that real quick. And let me move this back in. Oh, and I completely forgot we have a few items here that we can use. I don't know if we're going to be able to use this towards the front. We can definitely use it around like here though. I think that would be pretty cool. We can like lower the size a little bit. Oh wait, it's not lowering for some reason. There we go. This one's acting weird, so let's get rid of that one. There's like a nice little small one over here. Let me just do this area real quick as well. We're not going to replace any of these hedges, by the way, so don't worry about that. We're not going to waste time doing that. Just getting it done in certain areas where I think it will like look the best. Okay, and over here, since we have like a little harsh edge piece over here, I'm just gonna try to blend it in a little bit. It's not bad. And let's just actually continue that around the edge because that's very important. There we go. And I'm using it at a really low opacity because it just gives me the chance to be a bit more flexible with how much I'm actually applying. Because I know it's so easy, and it's just like it saves so much time just by doing it at like a really like at a stronger brush. But it definitely does make it very obvious that you did it in that way as well, if that makes sense. But yeah, we're out over here, we're trying to make our bills look perfect, you know, so just like taking every little bit of detail into consideration. But yeah, I'm super glad that I started like live streaming them, because a lot of people love to apparently like do it as I go, if that makes sense. Like they like to copy and like do it while I'm actually doing the speed build, and I'm just like, that is not the best way to do that, because I like sometimes cut a few things out here and there. It's more so just like a process, and I just explain what's going on in the speed build, you know. But I feel like with these live streams and VOD, definitely could just like slow it down, stop it whenever you want, and like see like however you want to like change it up and stuff and follow along. And I completely forgot a wall here, so let me just do that real quick. But yeah, that looks so much better. Like, what do you guys think? Like, do you guys like the white edges around it? I think it definitely does add to the build overall. You know what? We could have even went with this royalty one. It's like a darker texture. Doesn't really matter, to be fair. It's not too bad, but I still really like the white pebbles. It just feels a little bit more realistic. And I was thinking over here, we're going to have like a nice little yoga mat area, a little seating area on this side. So that'll be something that we'll consider. So let me just add that real quick over here. I kind of just did that for no reason. The terrain paint, whatever, but it's fine. Okay, now for this little area, see how it's like really bland beneath it? I feel like just adding, or maybe we can add a darker thing so it seems like it's a shadow. I don't know. Maybe it will help make it a bit of a different. See, that definitely does. It kind of just like looks like a darker green though, to be fair. So I might just stick with my white pebbles, which are kind of just like proven to just look nice everywhere. Yeah, 100% definitely feel like it makes the building pop so much nicer. Only drawback from it is that it's just a bit time consuming. And you have to kind of like re-edit a few terrain paint stuff here and there if you want to be a bit perfect. But yeah, look at that. That makes such a big difference. Like this little area over here compared to this. This looks super flat, you know? And this just adds a bit of extra detail. There we go. I'm not gonna I keep saying I'm not gonna do this, I'm not gonna do that, but I don't want you guys to be like, oh, this guy's just like terrain painting the entire day. But we're gonna move on from this, don't worry. Just doing a few bits here and there just so it feels complete on the exterior. I'll go back to this eventually as well, so yeah. You just add a few around this pond area as well, especially since this area is like basically not functional. I didn't want to bother with adding like seating or whatever, so I'm just going to keep it like this. To be fair, in the real life home, it low-key looks like it's like in a sandy environment, probably because of the construction and stuff. After the construction, it doesn't look like a sand pit. Yeah, I agree, I'm also up. Like, it definitely does make it look so much more realistic, and that's the main reason why I just love doing this like little edges and stuff like that around here. But yeah, I also really love circling plants with it, and then just adding the greenery in the center as well. I feel like this is actually really realistic. Like if you go to like a resort and stuff, they do actually like obviously plant it in like a dirty area, and then just like place a bunch of different like pebbles and stuff around the area, which is pretty cool. That's pretty much like what I'm trying to emulate anyway from these areas. Just over here as well. Oh yeah, I completely forgot. I was like, why is that green? Why is that brown patch there? But we need to add the thingy back, the tree, which we'll do right now. Just give me one moment. Let me just add a bit of dirt behind here because I feel like if I don't do it, I'm gonna forget. And I won't forget actually because I'll go back to it. But I just want it to look and feel complete. You know, we're actually lacking a little bit of color on this side, so let's see if we can add a bit of color over here. It's quite like an odd area, to be honest, with how it looks. Like we have this beam here, we have hedges. To be fair, we could actually also just get rid of this and extend this over. Or is that not good? Maybe it's not a good idea. But it just looks a little bit random, you know, with the column piece there. And I hate how it's not, you can't really, actually wait, we can adjust it. What am I talking about? We could literally just use the tool mod to just move it around. See, that's like the benefit of just like being able to use different mods and stuff on PC. But yeah, that's super handy now. Just got rid of that little weirdness. You know what would be really nice if we had like a nice little plant that fit in this like little area. Let's see. I think these are actually really nice. I really love these ones from Cottage Living as well. Super handy. Go for these little ones. Because I want something that doesn't cover up the window completely. Just make sure that we add it beneath the post as well. And of course these new plants. Okay, we'll come back to adding foliage and whatever, but I want to move on into adding some extra little details here and there towards the back, such as like the playground equipment and stuff. Oh wait, before I do that though, let me add a tree. I completely forgot about that. I'm gonna add a bit of this here and there. Just add a bit of detail. Okay, let's find that tree that I was on about, because I really like the way, I think it was this one. It was this one. Yeah, I really like this one. I like both, but this one just feels a bit more fancy. I really like the way that looks. I think that's really clean. So let's just add, how about we add 2, but like I don't want it to cover up the home too much, so I'm gonna have to use it sparingly. Maybe we can place one there, and then we can place another one right here. These are a bit smaller towards the front, which I don't mind. What do you guys think? It's looking, it's not bad. It's fine. Like, it's not that bad. It's pretty cool. It's fine. We had anything else here? I don't really know what we could do, to be fair. Like another fountain? It's a bit weird though. These are so vibrant looking, like they don't really match what we're trying to go for. think I'm gonna skip those. We can add these in like little corners and stuff, like somewhere around here. Just raise it up a little bit so there's less clipping. It's not bad. I like the nice little corners. Looks great. Okay, great. I'm happy. If someone's happy, then I'm happy, you know? Could do something like this around here. Gonna layer it a little bit. I think that definitely does help. And there's not a lot of light shining towards the front in Del Sol Value Lot, so it does kind of suck a little bit when it comes to like looking at the details a little bit more, because right now it looks really dull and flat, but that's because of the lighting. It's not really necessary because we didn't really add anything. Like you guys can really see it looks very complete, but since there's no shadows being casted or anything, it looks very flat. So yeah, if you guys ever move it to another lot, it definitely would look so much better. But yeah, I want to move on from the foliage adding, so let's get rid of all of this and we'll worry about the rest of the locations later on. But let's add a nice little, so I just pretty much type playground and it always comes up, which is super handy. We're going to use some of the playground equipment from Adventure Weights. Don't want to make it too complex or big, just want to like make it appropriate, because I feel like Kris Jenner definitely does have something like this in her home for like her grandchildren or whatever, so want to be able to like create something for that. I do like these presets, but I don't want to, I feel like that's a bit too basic. We need to go make it a little bit more custom, you know? I just hate how everything is like, you don't know what's what unless you build it. You know what, let's just build it from scratch, because it's gonna act annoying. Let's have the smaller area over here, and then we can have a big area over here. Create a little ladder, connect it up. Nice. And then from the high point we can have these like little viewing areas, and of course the little thing over here. You know what, now I just realized I actually missed one of the event thingies where this comes in like a different swatch, which is quite a shame. I don't know if there's a way you can get it, but I think I didn't do it for that event in particular. I think you had to log in or something, I don't know, but I unfortunately did not get that, which kind of sucks. But I probably would have used it in this area, but it doesn't really matter, to be fair. We could just change the color of these. You know what, she's the type to go for grey for her kids' play toys, but I want to make it a little bit more vibrant. And instead of using stairs, because it just takes up so much space, I'm going to use a ladder. And you know what, I actually prefer using, should have just done this initially. I think this looks way better than using the flat one. Oh my god, it's so annoying to just place it on. Like, can you just please just get on? There we go. Okay. Change the color of this as well. Don't really want to go for the black, but it's going to be matching with the home. Obviously I need to change these as well, but you know what, I might actually do it for the sake of it matching the exterior. It's kind of unique, it's different. Like, I haven't really done that before. Never really used a swatch like this. I wish this came in like an option where you can add like a swing in the middle of it, like a there's a lot of those when it comes to like these modular playgrounds in real life, so I just wish we had it in the game as well. Trying to find something that's not too bright, because it's a bit too bright for this home. Like, I like that actually. The color scheme fits very nicely, especially with this like foresty green color for the slide itself. And I'm gonna add that over here. And once again, we will go under here and just like add so much like terrain paint beneath it. I probably won't do it on the stream because it's going to be a little bit boring. just want to place stuff with you guys. We can of course add our swings. Let's go for the seasons one. Everyone will probably have that one, so it's probably going to be easiest. And the monkey bars. Let's just go for the base game one because it's pretty much one of my go-tos. I mean, there's not really that much of an option anyway. But it's just going to add it in certain areas. Kind of want it to look like a U shape, you know, like it just like takes up the space. I like that. And then we can have like this extra space to work on something else. You guys, if you guys wanted to like obviously play, you guys can incorporate the what was it called, like the water slide, something like that. Yeah, like something like this. Perfect opportunity to locate something like that over here when you guys like play within the build. But I won't do that for the sake of it just like looking clean and simple. We do also have these extra little options and stuff, but I'm not going to bother with any of them. You can also use this little baby slide as well, which I think is going to be nice and simple to just add over here. We can add that actually right in between these two. That could be quite fun, but it kind of just like looks a little bit tucked in. So you just add it something like that. I think that would look so much nicer. And I'm thinking we can also have like a nice little circular seating table over here. I think it will look pretty cool. And I'm thinking we can also incorporate the hot tub. You know, the hot tub that came from Adventure Waits? Was it Adventure Waits? Yeah. I think it could be pretty cool right over there. I don't know if it makes a lot of sense with the staircase being right here. We actually created fake stairs leading into the swimming pool yesterday, which I thought was pretty cool. It was like a great idea to incorporate. We can also just like do it on like the edge as well, something like this. That's not too bad. Then again, I did actually want some seating here though, so we'll just come back to that. And I noticed that we changed the flooring for this area but not this, so do you want it to be the same? I think it looks a little bit nicer when it's not the same. Also, we need to raise this up once again. There we go. And should we raise this part up as well? Yeah, might as well. Thought I did this yesterday, but I guess not. Oh, that's so annoying when it moves it around. Wait, where the hell did my roof go? What the hell? It's okay, we'll fix it. I think that one was more inside, if I remember correctly. It was something like this. There we go. And I'm actually going to use a tool mod because I hate how it still has like that little poking bit. I'm going to do the same over here. And can't forget to add the same foundation as well. All these small little details just definitely add up so much nicely in the end. I'm going to do the exact same thing over here. And I think I just need to raise this one, yeah. There we go. So it just fits perfectly flush within the roof lining and stuff. And I think I actually want to go for the flooring that I love using in most of my builds, which is, where is it? I think it was, wait, where is it? There we go, this one. I really love this one, Desert Lux Kit one in particular. I think it was a little bit too big yesterday. That's the reason why we didn't use it. It just feels the most sleek out of all of the tiling that we have in the game though. Hold on, let me change the sizes of them, like the angle and stuff. It's not bad. You know, we can actually align hedges and stuff around here. I think that would look really cool. I don't think we're going to go for the generic looking ones. We're going to go for these taller ones. I think they could look pretty cool. Oh my god, I need to lower the foundation. That is so annoying. I don't know if these are going to look fine next to the like the backyard area. I feel like it might look a little bit too tall. We're not going to cover up the entire area, just in like certain areas, but yeah, I think they're going to be a little bit too tall for my liking. So I think we're going to go for the generic. We're going to go for the generic hedges instead, because they're just a little bit easier to work with as well. And it also covers up that really hideous looking, like, you know, where the column just like hovers over the thing. I really hate that. So it just helps covering up small little mistakes like that. It's not really a mistake, but can't really do much about it. See, it happens over here as well. It's just really annoying. To be fair, I feel like this monkey bar area is a little bit too tight. We could get rid of the monkey bars, to be fair, or just move them over here for now. We'll find a new home for it later, but I just feel like I wanted this little area to be a little bit more empty because we're going to add some seating here. And this area is looking a little bit worrying. Let's just move this all. Oh, we can't? Oh, because of this area over here. Wait, what the hell? It's a bit weird how you can't like place it beneath it, even though it's nothing. It has nothing to do with it being like a wall. If that makes sense, but in that case, I'm just gonna do this. Wait. So it just stops way earlier than it already does, and I think that looks way better than just like having it randomly stop near the end, or like almost near the end. We can actually add like a little endpoint or something like that here later on. Yeah, some of my favorite outdoor furniture pieces. If you guys have seen my videos, you guys would know that I love these. They're pretty much one of my go-tos. I mean, there's nothing really else in the game anyway, so they're pretty much like the only thing we could use. But I think I'm not really looking at any references or anything, so I'm just like going off of like what I think would look best. I don't know if I want to cover up this little entrance area that we have with like the walkways and stuff. I kind of want it to be like around the build itself, because otherwise it's going to look empty. So we could potentially add some seating area over here. Should we not? I know I wanted to add it like on the grass itself. Don't know how that would look though. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not what I was like really going for. It's mid, you know? Like, it works, but like, why is it there? It's a bit weird. It's a bit random. And I think we're also going to use these super fancy looking tool, like hedge looking pieces around here as well. I really like those little hedge pieces. They definitely do add a bit of character to this build. And we can actually use this on this little corner, so it kind of just like hides that thingy. Oh, they're floating. I'm just using the gravity tool, just move it about. Gonna add another one over here, but once again floating. Let's just use the tool mod, because when you use a tool mod, for some reason when you like drag it over there, it doesn't like worry about the foundation, which is really good. But yeah, I feel like these definitely do make it feel super high end. We can add like a bit of steps and stuff that lead you into this little area. I don't know what we'll add there. Maybe a few like yoga mats and stuff, because I feel like that'll be like a nice little outdoor activity. Let's go for the plain whites because we're nice and simple. Go for a bit of these other colors as well. Let's see what we got. This one's not bad. Let me see if we can get a nice little color on this. I like this one, to be fair. This is definitely like screaming their family. And to be fair, we could also incorporate some type of fountain within this little area. I mean, it's not really that necessary, but I think we can add a bit of looks to the build. Wait, are these floating? Oh, because... There we go, okay. And then I'm thinking we could maybe add some water fountains next to it. I don't know how we're gonna be able to fit it all in, but we're gonna try, because I think it will be a really nice little addition in this like little secretive area. I mean, it's not really that secretive, but you get what I mean. I really like the ones that came from, there we go, I really like these ones, yeah, from Royalty and this like outdoor pack as well. These ones are both very nice. This one's quite huge though for my liking, so we're not going to go for this one. We'll go for these ones instead. And I'm just going to get rid of a few of these edges. And we're going to place these right over here. And I don't know why fountains do this, but they like go up and down based on like your mouse. not really cooperating, but I feel like it will be a very good addition into this like little area. Oh god, it's so annoying to get it to work. There we go, let's just use the tool mod real quick for this one because this one's been a bit annoying. 0.5, that's way too much. Let's just... Nope. 0.1, there we go. I think it needs to be one more taller. 0.1. Nope. 0.05. There we go. And let's just change the color of these as well to white. So it contrasts a little bit with the wallpaper. And obviously can't forget to change the flooring as well. To make it seem as if it's like within the water. Because right now it looks like it's not. And there's a little bit creeping in, which is a bit annoying. Can we do something about that? Not really. If I just move these along. And it doesn't really cover it that much. And we can also change the pool color as well, because I want it to obviously match the water. I mean, it doesn't really match that much, but it's the best that we could do with when we're trying to like create fake fountain areas and stuff. There we go. Something like that matches so much better. And let's place, you know, like the thing that they place around fountains, something like this, but I'm not going to place it on the fountain itself. I'm just going to add like a little line over here. There we go. Just going to line up this all the way. And I'm also going to raise these up just so it just like covers up that flooring a little bit. Let's just do like 0.05. Want it to be quite subtle. It's not bad. I mean, it's okay. Can also try to add something like this in the middle. Just trying to add these like really fancy looking features around the build. What do you guys think? Do you guys like it? Maybe pull the hedges out from the wall to cover water. Oh, I need to look at my Twitch size more. I'm so sorry. Pull the hedge. True, I could have done that. I could have just like moved this out like this just to like cover it a little bit more. But to be fair, I kind of wanted, I thought this was going to be a little bit thinner. It looks a little bit too thick, you know? Can we change the size? No, not really. It's not going to really match. How about if I just do this and just do as you said, like how you just move it in. I think that might work a little bit better. I know you can still see it, but I kind of prefer having this like white line be a little bit more thinner. Makes it look a little bit more sleek, you know? Let me just move this out a little bit as well. And yeah, I agree. I really like the border. I think it just adds a bit of definition. I didn't even know that I wanted to incorporate a fountain in here until I saw this little space, and I was just like, we could just add something there, since it's kind of just like a little bit of random wasted space. I feel like a fireplace would also be really nice within this build. I think something like this, and then just like have a lot of like seating areas around it would be really cool. We can have it around here, or we can also do it around here as well. We can just get rid of the monkey bars. To be fair, I'm not really sure. Like, I don't know if I want to keep the monkey bars, so I'm going to get rid of them for now. I don't even know if I want this hot tub thingy. I kind of want to add like seating here. Maybe we can move the hot tub back there. And then add a fireplace over here. Initially, wait, let me showcase what I wanted to do initially. And if it doesn't look good, then we'll just change it. So my initial plan was to add this dining table from the horse ranch pack. Preferably in a darker color, potentially. I guess that's the darkest, so that'll do. And just add some seating around it. Something that feels appropriate for the outdoors, potentially. I mean, Snow Escape one is not that bad, to be fair. I mean, we don't really have a lot of outdoor related furniture, in my opinion, in The Sims, which is quite surprising for a live sim game which has building in it. At least, maybe I just can't find anything, but to me, I just feel like we don't really have a lot. Oh, comfort, not surfaces. See, there's nothing that like labels it outdoor. Like, yeah, there's this one, but it doesn't even like clip to the thing itself. I mean, there's this one, but I always go back to this. Like, it's always the same stuff over and over, which is annoying. Yeah, I could just imagine a nice little outdoor huge seating area. And instead of that little area, we can just move all of this over here. I think this could be a pretty cool little addition. I mean, it looks super generic, don't get me wrong, but I think it low-key works for this build. And just adding this here just makes it look like it's just there, like it's really random. We could add like an outdoor barbecue area type situation here, but I wanted to add that somewhere inside, or like create a half wall, something like this. 1 second. That's way too high. Hold on. Something like this, just like to make it obvious that hey, there is a wall here, and then just add the extra details. And we're just gonna add like a little outdoor kitchen area on this side of the wall, and then we can obviously have a seating area over here, and then maybe we could just move this thing right over here, but I don't want this like extra space, so we're gonna get rid of this. Just gonna house this like right here on the grass itself. I think that will look so much better. And I still want to incorporate the fireplace somewhere. I just don't know where we're going to do that. And we're not going to be using this free seat over this. What the hell? This can clip on that? That is so weird. Imagine having like 10 people sitting on this just like with the fire. That is so random. What the hell? Out of everything that this game can clip things onto, is this one. Like, that is just so random. But yeah, I want to add some like cozy looking pillows and stuff here. If you guys have seen my Kylie Jenner build, which I built last week, literally actually this week, yeah, start of this week, I did use a lot of these pillows and stuff, which I really love using. I just feel like it makes it feel childish and like childlike. Do we want to add a pop of color, or should we just go boring? I mean, we have to think like a Kardashian, you know? Gonna go for those looks over practicality and stuff. That's not too bad over there as well, but it's a bit random, you know? Like, it just looks random. It can work over here, to be fair. Like, not bad, I think. What do you guys think? Like, what, should we add the fireplace? Should we not? I really wanted to incorporate it because it just adds an extra layer of functionality to the game, you know? Maybe we can leave like one bit out. Should I make this bigger? Like, is it too thin? I can also extend this one. Like my phone needs to charge. It's not bad. I like how I just angled it. Makes it look a little bit better. We could also potentially add like a little half wall behind as well. Could be quite helpful. Something like this. That's actually not that bad, to be fair. Like, just as a bit of like, kind of like a semi little border. Just use the same plaster style over here. And for the interior, like the main area of build, I kind of want to add a little barbecue area out here as well. How about a wall around the couch set? That's pretty cool. Are you talking about this fire pit or this one? Because what I'm envisioning, what you just said, I think that would be so cool if we could just hold on, lower this down a little bit and actually turn this little seating area into a sunken area. I think that could look pretty cool, unless you meant this one. Something like this, essentially. I feel like I just could have used the platform tool to just make my life easier, but just create a room instead. Yeah, it's not bad. I was also thinking we could use these little rooms and make it very small. And do the exact same thing, but just for the sunken approach. But we'll only keep one. We'll just see which one looks a little bit nicer. Oh wait, you know what? This could actually look pretty cool over here. But is that going to be accessible? I don't even know. But I feel like this looks very nice. I love the way this looks actually. That looks so cool, but I just feel like that's not going to be functional. I mean, maybe. Should we keep it? And you know what I was thinking? We can also go for like a darker flooring for the interior. Because it kind of just like stands out a little bit. That is actually so fire. I like that. I just don't like... The only thing I don't like about it is that it's not even. could do that. Yeah, I really love that. I think that's a great idea. Should we keep it like a big oval shape like this, or should we keep it like the small circle like I did initially? I think the first version is also functional as well, so I think I'm gonna raise this back up real quick. And I wanted to add like sun lounges and stuff, but I don't know where I'm gonna add that. I'll move back into like the pillow and fireplace. Yeah, I like the first option as well, so I'm gonna go back to it. And we'll just test it out anyway, so we'll make sure it's functional. This is like super high-end, modern-looking sort of design, so definitely want to incorporate that. Great. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy with that, to be honest. I like that. I just don't know if I want to... I don't want to connect it anywhere. I definitely don't want to do that. But at the same time, I want to add some sun lounges. So let me just bring in a few sun lounges real quick. That's not bad, you know, when it's on like the grass area. It's not that bad. When it's like all slanted like this as well. But I do want to also incorporate a few like tables and chairs in between them. Set on a platform. True, we can also do that. We can raise it up. Just turning this entire building into like a platform thing. It's actually not that bad when you play around with like these platforms and stuff. I'll keep it like that for now, to be honest. I don't mind it. To be fair, we can also circle it with a few hedges. And just add a few of these tree bushes and stuff around it as well. It's floating once again. We'll end up moving these sun lounges, don't worry. It's kind of like squished with the playground area. I know I could just move it inwards by one. It looks a little bit too like focused on this like seating area, you know, so I might just actually go back on that. I just want it to be like a chill like little seating area, you know. I think I even extended it too much. There we go. Oh, and I completely forgot to do one of my favorite designs. Hold on. It's when I get this like big stone slab and then I just slap one of these fire pits on them. It just makes it look so fancy in my opinion. I just really love the overall look of them. Something like this, I love the way this looks. I know it makes the fireplace not functional anymore, but I kind of just go for the looks over functionality, to be honest, when it comes to this game. So, well, when it comes to like the like clutter pieces, you know, like not the actual like gameplay wise, everything is going to be functional. But when it comes to like small little details like this, I definitely love adding a few little details like that here and there. Maybe more sun lounges on this side instead of the fire pit. True, we could do it on the other side as well, yeah. See, the thing is, like, we have the platform over here, so it's just like... Wait, should we just extend the platform? And add, like, sun lounges over here? That could be pretty cool, because we have, like, the elevation. It's not bad. We're also going to incorporate a few seating areas here as well. That's why I wanted to kind of, like, save that space for that. Wait, do we want these to be over here or not? We can add two. We can add two here. Sound like this. Wait, you know what? I really like having this like plant thingy right next to it. Hold on. Oh, that actually looks so sleek, you know, like it looks really modern. Wait, let me get that pot real quick because there's a pot that comes in. We're gonna add some more sun lounges in a sec, but let me just get this pot thingy because it looked so nice with the pots. Oh, on the other side over here. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we'll do that. I do want to actually do that as well. I think we might have to get rid of this like little fireplace area anyway, because we already have this like in the center. So sorry, I kind of misunderstood that. Wait, let me find this thing real quick there. I can also use a few of these lanterns. They look very nice. Maybe not that one. Where is that pot? I think it was one of the... There we go, this one. I really love this. It's so cool looking. And I feel like every single Kardashian home has these like oversized like plants and vases and stuff in the exteriors, if you guys have noticed them. And I think they will work perfectly for this environment. Kind of clips in a little bit, but what do you think? Is it a hit? Is it a miss? They're not bad, to be fair. Like, I don't mind it. We can also lower these. Let's do like a 0.1. Let's do another one. Something like this as well. It's not bad. I wish these came in different colors as well, though. That would have been super handy. Let me just move this real quick over here again. Let me add a few of these. You know what? It could be quite cool to also just place them this way. Oh wait, we need to get rid of this extra little space. Yeah? Or do we want to keep it the same like this way? I do also want to incorporate a few coffee tables and stuff. So we're thinking of going for the ones that came, this like Sony one. There we go, this one. It's pretty much all from the same set, to be honest, so that's a good question. I don't know if there's one in white. Probably not the exact same. Let's check for vase real quick. It's way too small. This one, we have this. This is not bad. Should we use this? I don't know if that's going to fit this plant though. That's the only issue. I mean, I could lower them, make them smaller. But you just like, we could do that if you want, but it looks a bit tight, you know, like. We have this one. See, they all have like closed off ends towards the top, so it makes it a little bit difficult when it comes to picking out a proper vase. But I think these were actually like designed for this in particular. That's why it kind of just like worked very nicely. I mean, hey, I know it's not like the perfect color, but it's not too bad. I'll stick with them for now. If we don't like it, we'll end up changing them later on as well. I was thinking of adding these, I just don't know if it's gonna work. Because I also want to add a few sun shades as well, like the shades. I think changing the color is going to help a little bit to make it match a little bit more nicer with the other furniture pieces. You know, we're going to move this somewhere around here. I feel like it will be pretty cool to, you know, if these float, it's not really that big of a deal because nobody's going to see them. So let's just keep them in the edges themselves. And I think if we add 2 of these on the edges, I think it's going to look pretty cool. Change the color of them to like a bit more of a brighter color. And just add these fireplaces on them. About let's check out that. Hold on, I'll check out that palm plant real quick. Which one? Are you talking about these ones? Palm plant? I'm guessing you mean probably this one. Oh, do you want to like put these in those white white vases? Did you want to put these in the white vases? We could try that. Or do you want to just like place them like in general next to this area? Where the hell is it floating? Oh, let's try that. Let's try that. So I have a black one. Could match very nicely with the home. You know what? That looks pretty cool. We could try that. Wait, we can actually lower this a little bit more. That's actually not bad. It might look a little bit busy having it on the other side as well. Ooh. That's actually not bad though. Like, I actually don't hate that. We could make it a little bit smaller though, because no mind. What about using scale? Let's do like point. Maybe just 1. Just 1. Let me see. I can see that, yeah. Sure, I could get a nice little shot like that over here. I still want to put something else on these sides though. I don't know if we can. I don't know if we should use those like hedge pieces though. Could look a little bit busy. Could make these. No mind. Let's see if we've got anything else. Don't want to put more like busy looking foliage because we already have that right behind it. We could also do some additional coffee tables, like side tables and stuff. Lights? What can we do? Let me see. Oh wait, hold on. We could do the candles. The candles that came from Adventure Awaits. I really like these ones. We could use these. I was also thinking we could use like I was thinking of using these like around here though, like from the outer bit. And then we can just use like a side table around the ends. This one ain't bad. That's actually pretty good. And if we really wanted to, we can do something like this, where we add a half wall. Nah, I like when it's like a bit open. Looks a bit more airy like this. And to make this little like patio area just like stand out a little bit more, I'm gonna go for this like get to work flooring, which is basically like a fence piece, but I like using it as flooring. I'm just gonna like go around the perimeter because I think it makes it stand out a lot more. We can actually add it right next to where we have this as well, so something like this. That is pretty cool. Let's do the same thing for the other side as well. Can also do it for this little top area as well. And I think I'm gonna use half walls around where we have these. Once again, just using the black outdoor wallpaper for the insides as well, can't forget. And we don't actually have a ceiling right beneath where we have this like indoor outdoor experience thing, so I'm gonna just do that real quick. And I'm also gonna just like leave the outdoor area as it is for now, and I would probably just end up like changing it later on as well, but I want to kind of like move on into the interior as well with you guys. So just give me 1 second. Let me just add a flooring over here just so we have a nice little ceiling, because I want to like hang lights over it and stuff and like take screenshots, but I can't do that if it's like floating. Great, I just lost my thingy. There we go. There we go. And we will obviously like paint the ceilings as well, because I feel like it definitely will make a big difference for this build at least. So if you guys are just joining into the stream, welcome. We are building Kris Jenner's huge mega mansion, which is sitting right next to Chloe's home in real life. And yeah, just trying to make it look fancy. Obviously, we're kind of just like improvising now because we're doing the why is this like this? It's so annoying. This game, man. Like, look, when I hover over it, it just showcases. It's so weird how this works, but I mean, sometimes it does this, sometimes it doesn't. It's a bit weird. But yeah, call me off guard. We're just like improvising with the garden, just like trying to make something that looks super fancy and modern. We could also create some type of like walkway or pathway. Sound like this if we wanted to. Should we do a little pathway or not? It might look a little bit random, but because it kind of just like leads you to the side table. Because we're gonna have some like extra seating over here as well. There we go. Some small little like pathways like that here and there. What do you guys think? It's not bad, right? 1 second. Yeah, it's fine. It's not bad. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad, you know? It works. It's fine. Add a few little extra details like that here and there. I also need to line this entire wall as well, but I'll do that off stream because I know it's very boring to watch all of that. But I'll just do like the more fun terrain details with you guys. Oh, thank you so much for that, Tierney Hawkins. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. I personally myself love watching YouTube, and I'm a very big silent follower of so many people, but I appreciate you so much for just like saying something. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. But yeah, I definitely feel like it could be a really nice chill little stream for a Friday afternoon. Hope you guys are all having a great Friday afternoon, by the way, or day, wherever you guys are. I know the time zones are a bit different here, but right now it's like 12:30 a.m. for me, and it's like probably like 5 p.m. somewhere else. So yeah, everyone's just living in a different time zone. But yeah, I hope you guys are all having a great day so far. Yeah, exactly. 12:30 a.m. is just perfect vibe just to like chill out, you know, right before bed. I mean, I should be sleeping, but I mean, it's a Saturday. Tomorrow, it's not that deep. So and to be honest, I'm kind of like having fun, so I'm not even going to complain. To be honest, I'll probably be doing this in like silence anyway, so it's better just like to do it with someone else. I mean, obviously if I do like a build by myself, I'll just like put on something in the background to like listen to or something, but besides that, it's always like crickets. Put something on like a show or something. But I pretty much like, if I put on a show, like if I like watch something, I'll get so distracted, so it'll take like twice the time, which is definitely not great. So I'll probably just like try to find something to listen to, maybe like a podcast or something. Yeah, it should be super cozy for you guys as well. And I do apologize if the music does repeat a little bit. I know literally just as I say that, it's gonna feel like it repeats a lot now, but it's really difficult to find like nice non-copyrighted music on YouTube. Like it's so difficult to do that. Like, it's very annoying. And then the second you feel like, oh, you found something, they literally just strike you the next second. So I'm just like, what the hell? So just have to stick to the YouTube library, which there's pretty much nothing on there, which is annoying, but trying to change it up a little bit here and there. Yeah, honestly, music is another good source. It could be really fun to just like listen to whatever. To be honest, the thing is with music though, like I don't know, like I like I'd wanna see. That's another thing. I try to find really long videos or like playlists or whatever. Well, not really playlists, but like let's say like it's a podcast. Like they usually take like an hour or so. So it kind of just like give me the opportunity to like not change something or like not get out of the Sims. It kind of just like forces me into like not work mode, but like doing actually the build rather than just like messing about. But if I put like on a music, I'll be like, oh, if I don't like the next music, I have to get out and like change it, and it just like it makes me stop from building, and then I might get distracted, and then yeah. So I just try to find something that is like a little bit more like long and just like a podcast or whatever. And I think that just like helps me just like listen to it and focus on it while also creating a build. And I'm just like, oh, okay, 1 hour or 2 hours of the podcast is up, so I could just like stop the recording, make sure it's fine, because sometimes it does crash here and there, so it's not risky. But if it's fine, then I just continue, start like a brand new recording, just like do another hour or whatever if I have time, and then yeah, just like pretty much like juggle with it. Yeah, exactly, forces me to lock in. See, I hate how you can use this like terrain paint around circular walls, but then like there's like these little gaps that you can't fill in. It's quite annoying, but I mean, half walls, not half walls, sorry, these circular floors, sorry, and the walls, they just come with so many problems. I feel like genuinely, if they didn't add it, it would have been a lot better. I'm not even joking. Like at this point, with the amount of issues that they have, with them being out for so many years now, I would have probably expected them to be fixed. And there's literally like no windows for them. There's like nothing you could do with them. They're quite inefficient to use in a build. But yeah, these are all going to be left blank, which is super annoying, but still added a bit of a highlight here and there, so it doesn't look too bad. Yeah, honestly, build mode, even though everyone says like, oh, it's the best build mode in like a game, 100% sure, yeah, fine, can't argue with that, but it does come with so many issues that people complain about that I wish they fixed. I know they have a lot on their plate, so I can't really complain, but and this like one aspect of the game, you know, like there's a whole like life sim experience there. There's like the cast, you know, like changing your avatar and whatever. Like your avatar, what the hell am I talking about? This is not a virtual world, this is a sim. It's like editing your sim and whatnot, like adding clothing and whatnot. Like it's a lot. I get the game is very heavy and stuff, but I don't know, I would rather not add a feature if it's going to cause that many bugs, you know. But yeah, just once again, just doing these highlights around the edges of my lots just gives it that vibrancy that I'm looking for and makes it look less flat, because I try to go for more realistic looking build. See, that just like, it makes it look a little bit more elevated. Like from far away, it looks highlighted, looks a bit more vibrant. Yeah, I can imagine that. I think the only bug that they actually fixed that I noticed was the one where, like, you know, when you add terrain paint and then it disappears or like changes color or something else. That used to happen to me so many times. When I tell you, I'll make like a very nice driveway with like different areas and stuff, and then I load back in and it's all dirt or like sand or whatever, and I'm just like, bro, what the hell? I spent hours on this and then it's gone. Like, that's why I always save to the library, like my local library, and I might as well just do it right now because I haven't saved in a while. So but yeah, I always recommend anyone who builds in the game to just save to the local library. You don't have to upload it to a gallery yet, obviously, but just save, and then you can just like work off of it. And if it just bugs out when you save, you just re-upload it from the gallery, like your local gallery, and just works very nicely. Oh, hello, me and Food. Welcome to the stream. What was I gonna do? Oh, I was gonna add shade. Yes. So I just write shade, and I got these two options. I really like these ones. This one's from Business and Hobbies. This one's from the For Rent. What do you guys think? Should we add some of these umbrellas? And by the way, I did see your comment. I'm also up on Twitch. One table to get rid of. Should we get rid of a table? You know what? It does add a bit of character, you know, when it's not there. It does look a bit busy like that, so I agree. I'm going to take that off. And you know what? I'm going to remove this one since we have the pathway over here. Yeah, great cool, great cool. And to add a bit of extra clutter on top of it. Why did I use trade? What the hell? I meant tray. There we go. Bit sleepy, guys. Don't worry about me. Gonna add one of these. See, look, this is something that they'll have. Come on, it looks like the Louis Vuitton sort of design. It's obvious that they tried to make it look like a designer plate. And you know what? It works. I can't even lie to the Sims. It works very nicely. You know what? I really like that default color. We're not going to use it here. We'll just use it over there. Let's add a little drink thingy over there. These, I feel like the trays are the best lifesaver thing that we have in the game. I feel like we need so much more. It's so useful when it comes to adding clutter somewhere. Like someone like me who builds a lot, obviously, like I'm adding a lot of detail into my builds, but when I want to add like details efficiently, I always go for the trays. They just provide so much detail. Like this has like a little candle and like these essence thingies, whatever they are, and the entire tray itself that is combined within. It's just super handy, you know, when it comes to like adding these small details. So I highly recommend you guys to use them if you guys don't within your builds. And I still wish that we had some extra outdoor furniture pieces, because I feel like this still looks very generic. Like it's we always use the exact same ones and it's very annoying. I still don't really 100% like this outdoor area. I mean, I kind of want it to look a little bit nicer. I really love the way it looks, don't get me wrong, but maybe we should just change the colors around a little bit. It's looking a little bit too monochromatic, you know, with the black and white. Like I know the home is supposed to be like that, but it's a little bit too much right now. Let me just change it to a bit more like a muted color. There we go. And I also really love doing something like this. Since we're over here, I can already imagine this room in particular being a bedroom. And I just love doing this with the... Yeah, exactly. Can't go wrong with clutter. But yeah, I really love doing this in particular. Just like placing it like this. And obviously changing the color. I mean, we don't really have... See, that's the only thing that I hate about Dream Home Decorator game pack. It comes with so many good items, but the color swatches are hideous. Like, I can't imagine anyone using this, you know. Like, what is this? I'm sorry, if you guys... Like, what is this? Like, where does this match? Like, it's like a pinkish and like a dark brown. Like, it makes no sense. This one's okay, I guess. But we're obviously going to go for the plain white because it just looks the best. And let me just add a few of these coffee tables. We can also add like a nice generic little like seating area here as well. I don't know, you guys can let me know what you guys think. But I think this is also really cool. It feels quite luxurious. One thing that we haven't added a lot of is like outdoor plants. Just gonna add a few of these here and there. We'll move back over into like adding some extra like seating areas here and there, but I want to focus on adding the outdoor kitchen area real quick, because I've been talking about that for like half an hour and I didn't include it. Should we go for like a wooden design, or should we go for something that is like hard on marble and stuff? Like we can use, actually wait, I know the best thing that we can use these ones. This basically is like the best of both worlds, you know, like it has the marble, it has the wood, kind of like a nice little win-win, to be honest. Go for a dark color over there and maybe a bit darker. This one's matched a little bit nicer. Should we go for these, or should we go for something else? We have a few 300 decorator ones. We got royalty ones. Royalty ones look a little bit too detailed for my liking for the exterior. I'm not gonna lie, guys. The royalty kitchen set, it comes in some ridiculous colors as well. Like, what is this? This kind of matches the Dreamer decorator pillar that I was just complaining about earlier. We can also use the island living one. This one's pretty cool. You know what? I might actually go for that one. I like the island living one. Going to be a nice little basic kitchen. I don't want to do anything too fancy, especially since we don't really have the space for it. But we could, I don't know if I want to change these into doors. Like, do we have any doors here? No. Like, we can use these businesses and hobbies ones to make a little door over here, just so there's like more accessibility throughout the entire home. I think that could be pretty cool. And considering this is going to be a bedroom, potentially, it might be a little bit too much light, but we'll have the bed on this side or whatever, and we'll have like an ensuite over here. Something else going to be over here, garage area. Let's add a little island counter over in the center. But I want to make sure that I also incorporate a little bar in the center, just adding that extra functionality to this room. We could go for these the standalone. Oh wait, these ones aren't bad. This one's pretty good. I like this one. I just don't know if it's gonna fit the vibe that we're trying to go for. See, it has like that weird texture on it that it's not gonna match. And I hate how these are like this brown color. Like, we need to change that. Wait. The black one? It's not bad. Obviously it's clipping right now, I need to fix that, but it's not bad. I don't mind that. What do you guys think? Don't forget to add a little sink somewhere. It's cute, okay. I mean, a compliment's a compliment. I'm gonna take it. Well, I thought my game crashed there for a second. It low-key froze. It's like a gamble when it comes to Sims, I can't lie. Can happen any moment. Let me add a bit of seat in here. Oh, well, I looked at the time and it's almost 1. I might have to head out in a bit, but let me just finish this area real quick. Should I go for the beige bar stools? Or should I go for something else? Could be nice to go for these snow escape ones as well. I actually used these recently as well in my other builds. Pretty nice. I just know someone in the comments once I upload this as a normal video is going to be like, oh, this home is so monochromatic. Why? But they're not going to know why because it's Kris Jenner's home. So it's going to be fun to explain it to them. Maybe we could go for these ones. Where is this from? Spa Day. Can't go wrong with Spa Day, honestly. One of the best packs, like the game packs. It's so good. It comes with so many different walls and floors. Like, you just... It's more than enough, truly. Could go for a brown here. We don't have anything else that's brown, but... Literally, that is exactly how I feel with the build, with the big build. That's why I have to save like every few minutes or so. I mean, I haven't really been doing it this stream, but just like trying to not make that the main focal point, if that makes sense. Like, not trying to focus on that too much. I hate how the interior of this bar is red, so I might have to find a new one. I didn't actually think about that. Like, I always think about the exterior, but never what that looked like. We could go for this one. This one's actually pretty good. Oh, that looks snazzy, you know, with like the bottles and stuff. It looks super fancy. That is something that they would have, so bye bye to that. They're plain black. Oh, you know what, I'm gonna go for the gold accents. They look good. Yeah, let me do this little kitchen area and I'm going to save real quick because I know it could just happen any moment. This is a nice little plant to place over here. We can also place stuff on this like edge piece here as well, which is pretty cool. But let me also incorporate the towels. I like also incorporate. I just feel like this won't work in real life. They'll just get blown away by the wind, especially on a really tall hill like this. But in The Sims, we ain't got to worry about that. So there we go. What else can we add to this little outdoor kitchen area? I think I might leave it like that. It looks nice and sleek. Okay, great. Thank you so much for staying on the stream for that long. I hope you have a nice rest of your day. I'm literally so tired I can't even talk. But yeah, I'll probably be heading out soon anyway as well. So yeah, thank you so much for joining though. I really do appreciate it. What else can we do? I'm pretty content with this, you know. I'm really happy with the end result of it. I mean, it's fine. Like, it's like a little outdoor kitchen area. It's nothing too special. I want to also add like a nice little dining table over here. Let's see, what can we do? Should we use this? It looks relatively plain. Do you like that? It's not bad, is it? Like, it looks really plain. But like, what else can we use there? I always use this one from Seasons. Should we use seasons? Should we go for an all black outdoor seating area? Is that too crazy? Is that too much? Is that too dark? But I like the way it looks. Like, I think it looks not like... You like the wood texture? Yeah, I agree. I think you liked it in the in this color though, not in the black though, right? I do like the wood texture on this as well. I agree. That is pretty much why I always go back to this. And I literally turned people, they will literally be commenting saying like, oh, they literally started using this because of me. But I think it just is such a good table to use, in my opinion. Can't forget a little hide chair as well. Do you guys like the full-on black though? Because I know a lot of people complain when I like use the exact same color that make it like super monochromatic. Personally, I think it looks fine, especially for the type of home that we're creating right now. Could look pretty nice there. You know, we might as well just change this to be like this one. At least there's a bit of like color variation. Yeah, for sure, 100%. I agree with that. Okay, we're gonna stick to this. White? I feel like white would not work. You know what, we can also use these chairs, but it will look super repetitive if I do, because we already use it. But I do like them for the exterior. You know, they've worked for like the exterior type of chair. Should we do that, or should we not? Is it too like same? Because we have like one out here and then we have another one out here. I feel like if I change the colors other than white and black, it's gonna not match the home, at least the exterior. I really love this combination, by the way. If you guys, what do you guys think about it? I really like this combination. I just feel like it doesn't really match the home. It will match the trash cans white color and the bar stools and grill. True. I mean, yeah, that is actually very valid. We did actually use a bit of white here and there, but then that would low-key mean that I'll have to use a black table, which would actually keep it in sync with this table that we have over here. So I might actually do that. Same chest, same chair color though. It's alright. It's okay. And I also completely forgot to add any cluster pieces on these tables. So let me just do that real quick. And by clutter, I mean like a little tray object. Because it's so much easier to just do this than just like clutter it up with like random stuff. And for this one, I think we're going to add a few candles. I know these will probably not be that realistic, they'll just get blown away, but trying to go for looks over here, you know? Could place something in the middle. We could use the same tray thing. I really do love reusing this object quite a lot. I just feel like it's so versatile and just easy to use. But yeah, just something nice and clean like that, nothing too special. And I guess we could change the color of this as well. Maybe a black. Okay, I might have to head out soon because I'm low-key tired, but I'm really loving the end result of this like little backyard area. I know it's coming along nicely, but it's still not, definitely not complete at all. Still, I don't think we need this fireplace here. It's a bit random. I know I want to add a bit of seating over here, so let's just do that real quick. These are not bad for the exterior. Those are actually very sleek looking. You know, I don't know if I want these umbrellas either. See, the more I look at stuff, I just keep wanting to change everything. Let me just copy this thing over real quick. It looks a bit sad over here, you know, it's like the only thing on this little island. What can we do? What can we do? Could do the same thing that we did on the other end by just adding these seaters side by side. This makes it look fancy, right? It's a bit luxurious. It's a little bit all white though, but we need to change that. It's not bad. I don't mind that, to be fair. Looks pretty good. Could change the color of it. If I do that though, I need to change this one as well. And then we can use some nice little seaters over here as well. There's quite a lot of seating going along this entire build, but I feel like a lot of rich people's homes have this for some reason, just like a bunch of different seating areas, because I feel like they don't know what else to do with the space. So they just add whatever. But it does actually end up looking really nice. If I add this seater over here, I don't think it makes a lot of sense to have that. But then this entire back area looks so empty. Darker tone rug, like around this like little area. I've never actually considered using rugs outdoors. I did it like, I think like once in Kylie Jenner's home, which I published on Monday, but that is pretty much it. I don't really use a lot of rugs outdoors. I just feel like it never really matches. Like it doesn't make sense, you know. But I get what you mean, like, because I have done it before. It's just super tricky to do that, especially with these selections. I mean, like, come on, they expect me to match this. Like there's a lot of weird stuff in this little category. Oh, wait, what is this? What the hell is this? You know what? I feel like the rugs beneath furniture pieces outdoors make it seem cozy. Maybe under the bigger seats. You know what? That doesn't actually look that bad. Like, it looked so like to be fair, this one in particular is not bad. This is from the knitting kit. It's actually not that bad. And I think you said dark. That's not bad, to be fair. I don't mind that. I could use that for sure. Maybe even make it like a little bit smaller. Something like this. I could probably use a better rug. Let's see. More modern stripe patterns. We have this one. Look, this one actually might not be that bad, this one in particular. Hold on. Because I know what you're trying to get at, because it will definitely look really good. I think it's just a matter of like finding the right rug, you know? So it doesn't look like a rug, but it low-key is, you know? That's actually not that bad though, because like, look, without it, it looks a bit like plain, but with it, kind of just like makes it feel like there's a bit of extra detail there. Maybe not this rug? I don't know. I'm not really someone who does rugs on this like furniture pieces outdoor, so it's kind of tricky. But I don't mind that, to be fair. I'll keep that. And I think you mentioned that when it was like a white color, so it kind of just like stands out a little bit more. Something like that. Let me add a few of these candles everywhere, because I know these are just like, I really love using these throughout the build. Not bad. Just don't know what to do over here, to be honest. Like, I was thinking initially, like before I did any of the furniture, that I would add a few of these like wicker seats here and just like call it a day. But I've already used that in this little central area, and since it's kind of like connected, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to like over repeat the same furniture pieces, you know? So just like try to change it up a little bit, but at the same time it feels so bare out here. Like, I don't know. That could look fine, but at the same time it still looks really repetitive. We could do this actually, hold on. Move these over. Add a little coffee table in the middle. Something that's going to be appropriate. Maybe something like this. And then potentially just like house another seat that's going to kind of like semi-match these. Or just change these up as well. Actually wait, we can go for this from businesses and hobbies. And then we can end up changing these. Four chairs with a table. Let me see how it would look with the businesses and hobbies one, and then we could just like try that out as well, because I'm personally puzzled, so I don't mind taking a suggestion. Hold on. You see, where the hell is that little armchair, man? It's so tiny as well in the game. There we go, this one. We can also use this table as well in like a black swatch instead of this really huge one. Could do something like this potentially. What do you think? Maybe the other way around though. And then we can have like these two individual seals like this. Yeah, it's not bad. And you know what? We might actually use the advice that you gave earlier with like adding a rug beneath it. Could actually help a lot. Let me get this one actually. That's actually not that bad. Like genuinely, I don't really mind that. Maybe if we had like a wooden top on this so it matches the rest of like the leather on the seats. What do you think? You can also go for, I think, a black rug that's like fully black and plain. Might look a little bit better. Might look a little bit better. What about this one? It's a little bit too much like detailed. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it. I think it looks pretty good. I mean, it was kind of your suggestion, so it's all up to you, man. All the credits go to you. Let's see. Do we have a nice little black rug? Nope. It's like this one's actually not that bad, you know, because it has like the black framing around it as well. I just need to size it up to the point where it like fits everything. There was like a rule that I heard like a long ago where like when you place a rug beneath like a lounge area or something like that, either all of the legs need to be within the rug or none of the legs need to touch it, or like some of them or whatever, something like that. It always stuck with me, but I just don't remember what the rule was. Oh, this one's nice, but you can tell it's a rug, you know, and I don't want it to be like obvious. I just want it to be like a little pattern. But you know what? That actually doesn't look that bad. You know what we can also do? Hold on. Just change the flooring like to a different color. In the other area, it doesn't actually make a lot of sense, but here it might work. See, like that is not that bad. That's not too bad. I'm gonna keep it like this, I think. I'm happy with this, you know. I was actually quite confused about what we could do, but I'm glad we found like a resolution. And you know what, to make it pop a little bit more, we can also use these fence piecing, the get to work ones, just like all the way around. And I know the tile behind here is a bit messed up, but we'll fix that. There we go. That's actually very sleek. I like the way that looks. You know, we can also lower this. That's pretty cool. That's not bad. You know what? That could work very nicely as well. Let me try that. You have some really good ideas, you know? I mean, they're very good. Let's try that. Wooden. I think, you know what? The ones from the new pack might actually be really handy here. These ones. Wait, something that matches. That's honestly not that bad. Like, I really like the way that looks. Both ways look very nice for me, in my opinion. Like, hold on, I'm trying to find a good wood color that's not gonna like contrast it, but like it's gonna. There we go. This something like this. It contrasts it very nicely. What do we think? We can also get rid of the white framing. I feel like we don't really need it when it comes to like this type of design, you know? Looks a little bit more sleek without it. That actually looks quite fire. Do you think we should keep it like this? Or do you want to change it up? I'll let you decide since it is kind of like your design, you know? Oh, you like it too? I'm what's up? From Twitch, you like it? Maybe a darker wood tone. Darker wood tone, okay. Let's try. I mean, I hope it comes in a darker wood tone, does it? It does, yeah. Okay. Sound like this? Do you want it to be this dark? Oh, you mean around it? Whoops, wait. Do you mean something like this? Oh, okay, my bad. Sorry, I'm a bit sleepy, you know. Wait, hold on. I'm trying to interpret what you just said. Right, okay. You want the actual fence thingy PC to be the dark brown, yeah? So you want this to be the dark brown. Sorry, I'm struggling to understand it. There we go. Wait, that's way too light. Maybe something like this. Yeah, we like that. That's actually not that bad, you know, because it blends relatively nicely, but you could like get close up to it and see the extra little details here and there. It's pretty cool. I like that. I probably wouldn't have done something like that. So I want to, since I am live, I obviously want to take suggestions and like implement them into the game. So thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. I think I'm going to go back to this color for that. Yeah, 100%. And we can also add one of my favorite objects once again, this little like tray piece right in the center. Perfect. And I also want to incorporate a few of these candles here and there. It looked so much better than what we had initially, so I'm happy with it. I wonder if we can add some like extra tables on like the either side of this like love seat or like the two-seater. I don't understand why they call this a love seat. Like there's nothing, there's no reason, you know, like it's just a two-seater. But like I don't know what we should like add on like either side. Maybe we could just like leave it empty. True, yeah, we could add a few magazines here and there. Let me just add a few pool details real quick because I think it will be a nice little addition for the pool. I don't actually add a lot of pool details myself. Like, I know it might sound really boring, but I just don't really feel like it is like it's not really that necessary to add like the pool ladder and whatnot. Like, it's not really like a requirement, so I just don't really bother adding it. But we could, in this case, oh wait, hold on, there we go. Maybe like a nice plain white one on this side. Kind of just like don't want it to be in the way, you know, but still there, just to add a bit of extra detail. Let me just add a bit of pool lights. Let's actually use the same coffee table from over here. Just bring it over. And we could actually move everything towards the front just a little bit. There we go. And I could just try to stack a few magazines on top, somewhere around here. And I really like the car one, or like the house that comes with this. These two sort of like some of my favorites. We can also obviously also just like incorporate it right in the middle as well. I do really like the tray though. It just makes it feel super cozy, you know, with like the lighting and whatnot. I don't know if I want this table over here, to be fair. Like, I want the magazine, but I don't want the table. I might try to find like a different table over here. Way too tall. I wish if this gave me like a little, like just a little bit more shorter, could have worked. This one's not bad. It's way too humongous. See, that's another problem with this game. Like, there's some random objects with like these crazy sizes. Like, I feel like none of these side tables need to be this big, you know? This one's manageable, I guess. But like, that's ridiculously big. Well, this is pretty cool. I feel like it wouldn't really work for this build, but... Wait, we could actually make the magazines like really small and just like fit it in between. Or is that weird? I don't know. I feel like it could look quite cool, like just being like placed in the middle of it. Maybe something like this, like really small. That's not bad. It's a pretty nice little detail there. Last one in black metal. This one. This one. That's the second option. Is there another one? This one? First one, I'm guessing. I mean, it's okay. It's a bit big, but can't really do much about it. I don't know. I feel like it kind of just like looks a little bit too big for that little environment. You know what? I might just keep it like that because I feel like I'm really happy with the end result of it. The second one, this one. It's fine, I guess. From far away, I really hate how like the mirror itself goes like plain white. It's a bit annoying. What the hell? Look at how big that is, like how tall that is. Just doesn't really match the vibe that we're trying to go for. I'll keep it plain for now and we'll go back to it. But I think I'm gonna slowly end the stream here. It was really fun to do this entire outdoor area with you guys today because it was kind of like a nice little change. I've never really done an exterior with you guys before, so it was super fun to like tackle it with you guys. I feel like we turned out to create something that looks nice and interesting. Like, I really like the end result of it. It's coming together very, very nicely. I'll obviously touch it up once like I'm off like camera and stuff and like make it look as nice as possible. It obviously won't stay like this for the final, but changing up a few things here and there. But we did make quite a lot of progress with this like nice little front entrance area. Looks nice and chill, very luxurious, very like well taken care of, manicured garden with these nice little aloe vera plants, a few cypress trees here and there. We added these hedge pieces all the way around and added some extra little seating areas everywhere, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And then it was, hopefully if I do stream again, like maybe tomorrow or the other day, we'll do like the interior and stuff, but I might actually just keep that, and then like you guys might see it in like the final video that I end up posting on the main channel. But yeah, so thanks so much to everyone who has decided to join the stream. I really do appreciate all of you guys for all the support. But yeah, so thanks so much once again, and I'll catch you guys in another stream or another video. But yeah, thanks so much again. Have a great rest of your days, and I'll see you guys in my next video.